Okay, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope that you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be discussing these two words, saber and conocer in Spanish. Saber and conocer actually both mean to know in English. Saber generally means to know facts or information. You can also use saber with an infinitive verb, another infinitive verb, to say that you know how to do something, but we'll discuss that in a second. Conocer, to know people, be familiar with things or places. Okay, so it's to know people or to be familiar with things or places. Let's check it out. Starting first with saber. My forms of saber are the following. They're a little bit weird. My yo form, you may think that I would just take off my ER and put an O and say yo sabo, but I cannot do that. My yo form is yo sé. My tú form is going to be tú sabes. Okay, so this is me saying, I know. Tú sabes, you know. Let's see, my form of él, sabe. He knows. Ella sabe. She knows. Nosotros or nosotras sabemos. We know. Vosotros or vosotras sabéis. That's like saying y'all, Spain. No. I have ellos, ellas, saben, they know. Or I have ustedes saben, which is again, y'all from around here, know. In English, we also say, you guys know, right? Those are all my different forms of the verb saber. That's important to keep in mind. So take notes on this. Once you have them, you can continue the video. I'm going to delete them now. Let's take a couple of examples. So we know that saber has to do with information or things. So let's check this out. A question. ¿Sabes si tenemos tarea para mañana? Okay. ¿Sabes is my form of you, right? You. So I'm asking, do you know if we have, do you know if we have homework for tomorrow? Do you know, sabes, I'm asking, you know if we have homework for tomorrow? ¿Sabes si tenemos tarea para mañana? Vamos a ver. Let's check out this example. ¿Sabes quién es el director de la banda? Vamos a verlo. ¿Sabes quién es el director de la banda? So this is me saying, again, do you know who is the director of band? Okay, so do you know who the band director is? Do you know who the band director is? So my syntax is a little bit different in Spanish, but I'm saying, ¿sabes quién es? Do you know who is the director of band? Do you know who the band director is? ¿Sabes quién es el director de la banda? Do you know who the band director is? Now, why am I not using conocer here? Because I'm talking about a person. Because I'm not asking if you know him. I'm asking if you know who he is, right? So there's a difference. If I was asking, do you know the band director? I would use this verb. And we'll check out that in just a second. And then lastly, I have saber plus infinitive verb to know how to do something. Okay, so let's check that out. Yo sé jugar al ajedrez, right? So I'm saying, I know how to play chess, right? I know how to play chess. Yo sé jugar al ajedrez. I know how to play chess. I know how to play chess, right? So I'm saying I know how to do something. Nosotros sabemos nadar. We know, right? Because I have nosotros sabemos how to swim because it's a basic verb. So I'm saying we know how to swim. Nosotros sabemos nadar. We know how to swim. So in English, I say this, we know how. In Spanish, I just say we know, and then I put my basic verb, nadar. Nosotros sabemos nadar. Sí sabemos nadar. We know how to swim. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with this word, conocer. What are my forms of conocer? My yo form is this, and it's weird. Yo conozco. I know. I guess let's backstep a little bit. To know places, well, let's say to know people, be familiar with things or places. Okay, so that's important. Yo conozco. I know. I am familiar with. Tú conoces. You know / you are familiar with. Let's just make this a little bit smaller so that it'll all fit. Él conoce. He knows / is familiar with. Ella conoce. She knows or is familiar with. Nosotros or nosotras conocemos. We know or we are familiar with. Ellos or ellas conocen. They know or are familiar with. And then ustedes conocen. Y'all know or are familiar with. Okay. So conocer means to know a person or people or to be familiar with a place or a thing. So vamos a ver esto. Let's check this out. Take these notes. If you don't have these, you're going to struggle. So take these, pause the video. I'm going to delete them and get rid of them now, but you have them in your notes so that you can use them. Earlier we said, ¿sabes quién es el director de la banda? I might say, let's make my question mark here. ¿Conoces el director de la banda? Why? Because now I'm asking, do you know him? Right? When I'm talking about people, this is important. I always use conocer a person, right? So conocer a, well, we could put persona, una persona. To know someone, conocer plus a plus person. Okay, so conoces al director de la banda. I'm asking, do you know the band director? Do you know the band director? Okay. If I want to ask, are you familiar with Houston? ¿Conoces Houston? Right? Are you familiar with Houston? ¿Conoces Houston? And then one last example with this verb, conocer. Guillermo knows my cousin, right? Guillermo knows my cousin. Guillermo conoce a mi primo. Okay? Guillermo conoce a mi primo. Guillermo knows my cousin. Why? Because it's a person. Why do I use conocer here with Houston? Because Houston is a place. I'm saying, are you familiar with Houston? Conoces Houston. All right. So saber and conocer both mean to know. They just mean to know in different ways. Saber, information, things. Conocer, people, or familiarity. I hope this helps you guys out a little bit. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like it, leave it in the comments. If you hate it, leave it in the comments. Thank you guys for being here. Have an amazing day. Be safe, be smart, make some decent decisions. Pura vida.